Thanks, guys. I had to reconnect my accounts on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch because I haven't used them in like 2 years. Still not sure if they're working, but whatever. Gonna roll with just my Facebook people. Um, so back to what I was saying. Basically, gonna try and do this denial of service attack on an older version of UniFi. I have my access point, and I'm gonna share my screen. Go ahead and share that there. Spotlight. Okay, cool. So here's the plan. First step, install UniFi controller version 5.13.32. This version and lower is supposed to be vulnerable to a denial of service attack, where you can send adoption requests over and over to the server, causing it to crash. Basically, I've got a UAP AC light here, and if we can figure out how to reverse engineer the adoption request process to we can figure out what commands it's sending to the controller, then we can kind of send that over and over with a program like JavaScript or I'm going to use Python in this example. So that's the idea. Let me delete my LinkedIn post saying that I'm live on YouTube when I'm actually not. YouTube is not working. Only Facebook works. Delete this post. Okay, so first step, install UniFi 5.13.32. I'm gonna pull up my Termius client. If you guys haven't used Termius before, super awesome SSH client that you can use for your whole team. Safan and I use it every day, and it's so much better than Putty. And I also used some of the multi-tab Putty versions before, like Remote NG and stuff like that. And Termius is really good. Han says, how can I get an invite to MSP Story? You can go to mspstory.com/Slack, and then once you get in there, join the channel #hacking, or no, #hacks. Join channel #hacks. Restream is so confusing. It says when I typed a message back that it sent it to YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, but not Facebook. So I don't know if you got that message. But okay, so I'm just gonna go continue here. Let's see. Eric's a secure CRT fan. Yep, that one's a good one too. Termius. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm connecting to unifi.hostfi.com, which is where I think I have this set up already. Yeah, I must have changed it. I must have rebuilt the server recently. We're using Duo for two-factor authentication, so it's going to prompt me on my phone to log in here. Now that I'm logged into it, go to unifi.hostfi.com:A443. It's just a demo server. You need to install an SSL on it. So install the SSL for you guys. Script on GitHub to do this. So the -d unifi.hostfi.com -e for the email address, support@hostfi.com. So this is a script I wrote before that's going in, installing an SSL here. Probably shouldn't have wasted my time doing that because we're going to downgrade the version anyways. But basically, I'm going to give access to everyone in the MSP Story chat room. I'm going to give everyone access to this server with super admin account, and then we're all going to try and hack it. And by hack it, I mean creating a denial of service attack with pending adoption requests. So while that's installing the SSL certificates, oh cool, I got Kirk watching on YouTube. Sweet. I didn't know if YouTube was working. Thanks, Kirk. And Stetson says, can you bump up your terminal font size? It's hard to read on Facebook. I don't know how to do that, actually. Probably in the settings, right? Never done that before. Preferences, I'm sure it's in here. Yeah, it should be in here. Size 10. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll bump it up to like some huge. Maybe not that huge. Like 16 should be good. Maybe 18. Let's go back. Let's save. Ah, yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. Can you read it now, Stetson? Han, go to mspstory.com/Slack, and then you can get an invite there. And then from there, go into #hacks, the channel #hacks. Okay, cool. Stetson, let me know if you can read that if you're still here. All right, sweet. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me know about that. Okay, cool. So, see, did it finish installing the SSL? Yeah, the SSL is installed now. So this is currently on 5.14.23. I'm just going to run a script real quick to check if we have any UniFi devices. I don't think I'm running anything on here. 0 devices are found. So I'm going to go ahead and apt purge UniFi. We're going to get rid of the current UniFi installation, 5.14.23. And we're going to go and get 5.13.32, which is the vulnerable version. Stets, welcome to the channel. And the #hacks. All right, so 5.13.32, this is the vulnerable version of UniFi that has will limit number of pending devices in the next release. So this is the vulnerable version. I'm going to go ahead and copy the link address for the download of this specific controller version. And then I'm going to do wget that and then call it -output 5.13.32.deb. Once that downloads, I'm going to do dpackage-i, what I call it, 5.13 blah.deb to install it. So now we're installing UniFi version 5.13.32. Now, once this gets installed, the next step is we got to figure out how we're going to capture the adoption request from the device. And this is where I might need some help from you guys. I have my own ideas of a couple ways that we could figure that out, but I'd like to hear your guys' ideas. First thing I thought of was like Wireshark. Wireshark, first of all, I would have to set up port mirroring so that the traffic from this device will also mirror to my computer, which I can do that because I have a UniFi switch. I can enable port mirroring so I get all the traffic from this device. Then I can use Wireshark to look at it. But I don't think I'm going to even try that because I'm 99% sure that Ubiquiti is using proprietary encryption on port, and the device is sending encrypted requests to port 8080 on the controller. So I don't think that we'll be able to see the adoption request that way. One thing I think I might do is first I might do a TCP dump on port 8080 on the UniFi controller and see if we can see the HTTP request coming in that way. And then if that doesn't work, my other plan was to spin up my own HTTP server listening on port 8080 and then see what requests it sends to that. So we'll try that out. We'll try a couple of methods, and then my other idea is, for example, I've seen people on or on non-Ubiquity on Reddit. I've seen people on Reddit saying, hey, check out this like hack together thing I made where you can get your pfSense device to adopt to UniFi. So obviously they've already reverse engineered it and figured out how to get pfSense to show up as a connected device in UniFi. So if we kind of look at whatever code they wrote, then it's another way that we could figure out how the adoption requests work. But yeah, up until now, I've not done any research into this, so we're gonna be figuring this out together. Kirk said, "Man in the middle?" Question mark. Yes, exactly on port 8080. Yep. The only problem with the man in the middle is that, like I said, it's encrypted, so I don't know if that's gonna work. So that's a TCP dump. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're gonna be looking at today. So let's see. I just installed 5.13.32, and now it's going through this fresh install process. Blah blah blah. So select. Okay, so let's agree to the terms, conditions. Let's give it some kind of random password. What's this? Oh, sign in with my Ubiquity account. No, switch to advanced setup. Don't use my Ubiquity accounts. Don't enable remote access. Let's make a local username of our Chase. And I'm just going to drop the password. Let's just make him called admin. And then we'll drop the password of admin. Hopefully it lets us do that. And then I'll give this to everyone. Hopefully someone didn't finish the wizard before I did. And then I'll go ahead and install the SSL just for you guys so you don't have to bypass the warning. Let's do bash change SSLs-d unify.hostify.com-d for email address, support@hostify.com. So that's just our script that we wrote for doing SSL installs, and that will go ahead and run. All right, so I'm going to drop this in the channel. Vulnerable server. Vulnerable to DOS attack. Username, admin, password, admin. All right. Also, I'll say join. Oh, the Facebook stream's back. Cool. Thanks, Harry. Thanks for letting me know. All right. Cool. So that's set up and going. What else do we got going on here? Take a look at this. Do I want to reinstall it? Yeah. Just trying to fix the SSL cert on this thing. Okay, cool. So it's saying this is available. We're not gonna read that. Somebody's already in here renaming stuff. Just don't change the password. It's gonna be annoying if people start blowing up the server here. It's not working right now because I'm restarting it to install the SSL. Okay, the SSL should be installed, but I don't know if it actually worked. We'll see. Cert's invalid. I know what to do. Some magic here. All right, so what we're doing right now for anybody that just joined is we are installing SSL cert on the UniFi controller. We've already downgraded it to 5.32, which is vulnerable to a denial of service attack in which you can send adoption requests over and over from devices until it crashes. That this vulnerability should have been mitigated in the next version of UniFi. And we're also going to if I have time, we're going to look into how they mitigated this. It said in the release notes that they're planning on just limiting the number of devices that could adopt at one time. So we'll see if there's any ways around that too. And then if we do find any ways, we'll submit them to Ubiquiti's HackerOne program. Hopefully we don't. Actually, maybe we won't look into that. We should probably do that offline. But for now, we're just trying to write an exploit for this older version. All right, so UniFi is restarting with hopefully a fresh encrypted SSL cert here. Cool. Okay, so now unifi.hostfi.com is up. Password admin, username admin. Chrome is like, hey, that's probably not a good idea to use that password. Cool, so we have a fresh install, and the site name is Greg's House. Nice one. All right, so cool. So now we're ready to get started. I do have UAP AC Lite. This is going to be our device where we're going to reverse engineer how the adoption requests work. The first thing I'm going to do is open up TCP dump on port 8080. What's the command for that, guys? Is it -p? It's probably not. It's just TCP dump 8080, isn't it? Nope. All right. Gonna have to Google that one. Why can't they just make it easy? TCP dump. Probably -h will help us. Let's try that first. Any TCP dump wizards here? I haven't used it in a while. Oh, -i. So what's our interfaces? We need the interface, and then we need a port. Where's the port? I think you have to filter for the port. Where are my TCP dump wizards in the comments? Yes, I knew Stetson would know it. -i interface and then just the word port, because -p wouldn't make sense. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's look at our interfaces. So interfaces is ifconfig. So we're going to do ENS3 as the interface, so TCP dump -i ENS3, and then the word port, and then 8080. That makes sense. So now we've got a TCP dump going. So basically, for those of you that are familiar with Windows but not Linux, this is the equivalent of opening up Wireshark and filtering for this particular port number. Now, it looks like you're right. That makes sense. All right, so I've got my device connected right now. It's actually connected to a different controller. So I'm going to log into that controller and basically factory reset. Because I've actually already got it connected to a different controller. All right, so I'm logging into that controller on my other screen here, and I'm just going to factory reset it. Or I'm just going to get the username and password out of my current controller, and then I'm going to log into it and factory reset it, and then try and adopt it. All right, so my current controller is telling me that the IP address 26.50. So I'll open up that connection, and let's use my password. Name is rchase. Password. All right, we're in set-default. Actually, I'm just gonna do set-inform HTTP, and we're gonna go ahead and set inform it to the new server set unifi.hostfi.com:8080/inform. Boom. Adoption request sent. Okay, and now we can stop recording here. Oh yeah, cool. Cool. So that's what we got out of TCP dump. Let's take a look at it with let's take a look at it in Sublime actually. Hopefully this doesn't open everything up. It does. All right, so file new. Let's take a look at this. This is what happened when we sent an inform. Pull up my other screen here. All right, what do you guys think? Oh, so that's said I should save it. Oh well, I already got it. Why not dump the Pcap file, open up in Wireshark? That's a good point. Is this, do I need to make this more verbose with TCP dump? Maybe this isn't enough. All I'm seeing here is, oh, here's post/inform. So there's a post request. What's in that post request and where is it to? But okay, so it's to/inform, but what's in the post request? Length 0, length 0, length 0, HTTP 400. And then let's check in the controller. Is it actually showing up in the controller? Let's check that out. Maybe it didn't work. Yeah, it's definitely not getting all the output that we wanted it to get. The nice part is we don't even need to know how it gets adopted or anything. Oh God, what is this crap? Thanks, guys. All right, so did someone already adopt it? Let's go to site's overview. No, no one adopted it. So it's not showing up in here. Maybe I need to reset the device. Let's try it again. Dump it to Pcap and then show it in Wireshark with the new beta GUI. Huh. Well, like I said, I think the easiest way to figure this out is to find someone who's already reverse engineered it. So let's look at pfSense adoption to UniFi, because I remember reading about this. Oh, it's gonna screw it up. Work in progress. pfSense can talk to the UniFi controller. Where's the code? Ah, here's the code. So if we didn't have this, I think this is going to be the easiest way to do it. But if we didn't have this, then yes, I would dig into the Pcaps and do all that. I'm just going to search for the word inform. We search the whole repo here. rc.d. Ah, dang. All right, share in the comments if you find an example. All right, I got somebody on Twitch, so Twitch is working. My secure gift said, Riley Chase, what are you doing? What we're doing here is we're trying to develop a denial of service attack on a UniFi controllers that are older than 5.13.32. There is no proof of concept online right now, but there is clearly the potential for a denial of service proof of concept exploit to be written because they weren't limiting the number of pending devices that can show up in the controller. And you don't need any authentication to do this. You can send a device adoption over and over to a controller and crash it on these older versions that were limiting it. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Kirk says, are you sure that what you're looking for, it says script that installs UniFi controller on pfSense? Oh, thanks, Kirk. Yeah, I'm obviously looking at the wrong thing. So this is different. This is how to install pfSense, or how to install a controller on pfSense. I remember reading about something where this is gonna be hard to find because there's so much pfSense UniFi stuff. I remember reading about someone was able to adopt a pfSense and then get a couple like CPU or memory things into UniFi. Adoption request, UniFi. Oh, it's gonna be, what are we gonna search for, guys? Give us that PCAP. All right. Let's go back to the PCAP. Let's go back to PCAP. All right, what do you guys want me to do? This is the adoption request coming in over and over. Do I need to be more verbose? How do I capture? Or no, you said to, Stetson said to write it to a PCAP file. Okay, here it is. This is a little more verbose. Nice user agent air control. What does it contain? Posting to /inform on :8080, that's all right. Via this, what's that? That might be the serial number. Interesting. Okay, so Stetson, thanks Stetson. I think I got you guys. This would take me forever. That's why I'm live streaming this instead of trying to do this on my own too. Alright, so slap dash w pcap.pcap on it to dump it to a pcap is what Stetson said. All right, and then we'll send that request again. Then we'll do Control C, and then I'll share the pcap in the I'll share it in the channel. So it says got 12. Does that mean it's done? Did I Control C it? I must be done. 12 packets captured by the filter. Yeah, cool. So now we got pcap.pcap. Sweet, bunch of garbage. And then we can open up in Wireshark. So I'm going to SFTP into the server here. Put this on another screen for a second. All right, so I'm going to SFTP into the server, and then I'm going to pull that pcat file. I'm going to dump it into the Slack channel for you guys, and we can all open up in Wireshark and see what we can find out. Hey, Rakesh. In case you guys don't know, Rakesh is he's the developer of Spatipo, which is a captive portal solution that integrates with Wi-Fi. He's done a ton of UniFi development. Somebody share the link to my YouTube thing in the channel if you have it. I can't even find the link to my own stuff. Yeah, because like I'm trying to see on YouTube and it's not doing it. Shoot. We do Twitch. Like when I look at my live stream on YouTube, it's not working. When we look at Twitch, maybe I can send them that. Okay, I'll send them this one. This should work. I need to update my, there we go. Okay, cool. I sent them my Twitch link. I need to update my Twitch description. Postify is now at like 40K MRR almost, so it's been a while since I updated that. Okay, cool. Rakesh sent something. It looks pretty interesting. I'm not gonna get distracted though. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab you that pcap, the file that Stetson was asking for. For some reason, I can't freaking SFTP into this server. I don't know why. Maybe my settings aren't right. Show locks. What's the deal with you? Man, come on. Oh shoot, this looks complicated. Take a shot every time Riley says Pcap. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, thanks for the YouTube link. I don't know why I can find that. All right, I just sent him the Twitch link, so hopefully Rakesh is watching now. I'm still trying to get the freaking connected SFTP so I can get you guys the Pcap file. Super annoying. I don't know why I can't get Termius to connect to it. It's weird. It just says connecting UniFi.hostfy.com, right? Yeah. No, this looks really useful though. So information about reverse engineered the informed protocol used in ubiquitous UniFi access points, keeping this really simple. Everything in this file is in this file, so you can easily read it on GitHub. Really interesting. When an unadopted UAP is, this is cool that somebody spent all the time to reverse engineer this thing. I think I've seen this before too. Can't remember why I was reading this before, but yeah, this is awesome. So this is definitely the information we need. We're gonna have to make our own custom packets. It's definitely doable. I don't know if I'm able to get this all done in a live stream, but I was hoping to just be able to send like a post request. Maybe we still can. Inform protocol, magic header, packet version, AP MAC address. No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to just send a HTTP post request. I don't know. It has to. That's how it works, though, right? Confused. Man, why can't I SSH this thing? I guess I'll open what's it called WinSCP or something. Try that. Hey, Spatibo joined on Twitch. What's up, Rakesh? Cool. So yeah, so just to get you up to speed, I think you already read the notes, but basically we're trying to write a denob service attack for 5.3.32 and older by creating fake adoption requests. James is saying, can you just replay the adoption request packets over and over, the same packet, without having to actually reverse engineer how it works? I don't think so, because I think we need to change the MAC address in the packets. I mean, that's basically what we're trying to do, but I think we have to do something a little more advanced than just replaying the same packets, because we're trying to create something that spams the server with different MAC addresses, so it looks like a million different devices are trying to get adopted, instead of just that. If we just spam the same packets over and over, it does that on itself. I mean, yeah, it's an idea, but it won't show up as multiple devices, I think, if we do it that way. Okay, so gosh dang. All right, so I'm trying to get that Pcap file. Did I open WinSCP? Don't want to upgrade it. Just want to connect to my server. All right, I'm gonna edit this to the fi.com. Oh, cool. I was able to connect. Wait, let's see. I have to enter the passphrase for my key. Oh, I know why. I think it's because of I have to. Yeah, that's why it wasn't working. It's because I got to do the two-factor authentication, and I forgot to do that. There, cool. All right, I'm connected. So now, I got the pcat file. All right, pcat file is in c:/temp. About to drop it in the channel here. pcat.pcat. All right, here goes. So Unfortunately, like it seems like we're not going to be able to just do a simple HTTP request. We have to create our own packets. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this up in Wireshark and see what we can find. Rakesh said, do you have the packet capture? Yep, I got the packet capture of the inform request and I just dropped it into the channel and now I'm opening it up in Wireshark. And here it is. Cool. All right, so now we can read it. So this is the post request to /inform. And I'm about to reveal my lack of knowledge within Wireshark. Let's see. Okay, so it's got flags. This must be what they're talking about. No, maybe not. That's just normal Ethernet things. Response. This must be the response. You know, this might be a bad example too because I think it never showed up in the controller, so we might need to do that again. So if you look at, wrong controller. If you look at unifi.hostify.com, let's try and send that request again. I want to make sure it actually shows up for adoption because so far I haven't seen it show up for adoption. All right, so where's my terminal? Here it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send another request. It's not showing up for adoption, so I'm going to set default it. I'm going to factory reset it, and then I'm going to try to do the inform again after that. Kirk said, is there any difference between how an AP and a switch send adoption? I don't think so. But yeah, if you have a spare AP, go ahead and try and adopt it, and you can jump in and try and reverse engineer the stuff with us too. But I think what I should be doing right now is reading the article that Rakesh sent here. Somebody's obviously already spent a lot of time thinking about this. See what we can learn from them. When the UniFi controller is on the same layer 2 network as the UAP, controller will have discovered the UAP after this announcement packet is received. So that's interesting. That's how the adoption process works. But we're doing layer 3 adoption. So if you want to use layer 3 adoption, you have to SSH into the UAP and issue this command. Yep, we did that. If this UAP was not known yet to the controller, it'll be listed in the devices list after this packet is sent, but it is not yet adopted. The UAP is on the same layer 2 network. Click adopt on the controller. Controller will connect to the UAP over SSH and issue the following command. Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that. So if you're on the layer 2 network, you click the adopt button, the controller goes and connects to the AP. And so this is why when you're doing layer 3 adoption, you have to actually send the set inform twice, I think. Set adopt. Random generated 16-bit hex string, the encryption key. That's weird. Never knew about that. I wonder how it works with layer 3 then. All right, so the inform protocol spec. An inform packet is an HTTP post request sent to the inform URL. It's a binary packet. The format is as follows. So we're going to need to modify this to change it for each packet. I wish we, yeah. I wish you had an example of how to create this packet. Has anyone created packets before in Python or some other language? You can help us out with building these packets. I know Rakesh probably knows how to do this stuff. Hmm, interesting. So how do we recreate these packets, guys? So this is the first. This is probably just setting up the connection. This is the only thing we probably care about. So when it's posting stuff, instead of like a JSON request, it's like binary, I'm guessing. So that's what makes it tricky. Rakesh said, looking at the spec, we could possibly just modify the Mac and resend it. That's probably a good idea. Where is the Mac in this gobbledygook, though? Let's see. Because this is all binary stuff. Let me see what Rakesh said. Oh, cool. Somebody, oh, that's Stats. Thanks. That's a, he linked to something where we could turn a PCAP into a Python packet, and then from there we should be able to make changes to it. That's sweet. I knew I'd get this done so much faster if I had all you guys watching. That's awesome. Cool. So, because this has been something I wanted to do for a while, but I also was waiting for a couple releases to come out because I didn't want to work on this right away when people are still on that version. And we just recently got all of our customers off of it because we were waiting for some bugs to get fixed in UniFi on the hotspot operator bugs before updating some customers from 5.12. So export packets to a Pcap. So we want to import. Let's see. Oh no, we want to export packets. Wait a minute. What do we want to do here? You can export packets to various hex formats. Hex dump can be re-imported back into Scapy using import hexcat. I don't know, guys. This looks pretty tricky. We're gonna learn some stuff though. Okay, this is the cool part. So Scapy can export base64 encode Python data structure representing a packet using export object. So if we can kind of import export this into like a human readable format and then make changes to the packets, put into a for loop. We're getting close, guys. No idea how to use Scapy. You have to pip3 install Scapy. All these methods are called via scapy.all.function. Let's fire up PyCharm. Let's get to it. Go back to full camera for a second in case PyCharm pops up with a bunch of passwords on my screen or something. Come on, PyCharm. Rakesh said it could be easier if we just try using Postman. Yeah, but see, when I started this, I thought this was going to be a quick live stream because I thought we were just going to be like, oh, here's the request it made. Now we can just change the MAC address and send the request again 100,000 times with different MAC addresses. But because it's like binary stuff, Yeah, I don't think you can simply do HTTP requests because it's using HTTP requests, but it's sending like binary things over HTTP. I was hoping it was just like a on like super easy to read, easy to change thing. But I think the good news is we don't have to deal with any encryption stuff because the encryption part of it doesn't happen until after the device is adopted. So whatever binary stuff it's sending is not encrypted. Dude, I don't think we have to deal with that. I'm pulling up PyCharm on the other screen, getting it ready to show as let's see, new file. Rakesh is listening. He said, true, but Postman can send raw unencoded things. Point. So if we go to some online website for like binary conversion something something, then we can possibly just change the request and then throw it at it again. Oh, also I forgot I reset this access point a while ago, and I haven't tried adopting it yet since then. So I need to do that. I'm trying to open up Postman as well. Let's switch back to my screen. Okay, so did I get PyCharm open yet? Yeah, PyCharm's open over here. Cool. So file, new scratch file, Python 3 settings. Hmm. All right, so Rakesh's idea is to just try it out in Postman and modify stuff, and then um, changing my screen real quick while I'm opening up PyCharm. Hmm. All right, so I got PyCharm open. I need to like change the settings to make sure it's Python 3. I forgot where it's at. So I don't think we have to worry about encryption. Seems like encryption doesn't begin until after adoption. So that should make it easier for us. All right, it appears that I have Python 3 working. Gee, that's installed. Nope. Install Scapy. I like Stetson's idea to find some library that takes pcaps and then puts them into some kind of Python data structure for us to then try and modify them. I've never done anything like this before, so it's pretty interesting. Okay, so I installed Scapy. Let's see what happens now. Let's try to run this. It shouldn't error now. Cool, it didn't error, so I got Scapy installed. Okay, so also I've got the UAP as bit factory reset. Now I need to try and adopt it again. Using the Ubiquity discovery tool. I'm gonna look for it real quick. Yep, .50, same address I had before, but now it'll be UBNT as the password. And I'm gonna set the format to the server. Open up the server. Let's see what you guys are saying here. All right, cool. So hopefully this should show up once I enter under devices. Yep, pending adoption. All right, cool. I don't know why it didn't work before, but maybe we should recapture the packet because yeah, I feel like we should recapture the packet because last time it didn't actually work properly. So I'm gonna go back to Tcp dump. Let's write it to pcap2.pcap. Ah, crap, a bunch of bytes. Probably because this thing's already. What should we do? That should be fine. Whatever, we'll filter it out. Okay, so record this to pcap and then send the request again. All right, so now we have pcap2, and then I can drop that over to you guys. Refresh here. Oh, I know what the deal is. I gotta do the two-factor. What didn't work, James? I keep forgetting to do two-factor when I'm trying to SFTP, so it doesn't prompt you. Okay, cool. I got pcap number 2 coming over. Got it. Okay, I'm dropping this in the Slack channel. Oh, James said I got 0 packets. Shoot, I didn't even look at that. I thought it said something bytes. Oh, 0 packets. Okay, hold on. Let's try and dump it again. I'll delete this out of the channel. So like once it's already sent the adoption request, it's not going to send it again. I don't know. Dot zero. I'm gonna reset it again. Still pending adoption. I need to like adopt it, I guess, and then forget it. Yeah, don't worry about uploading that one. Yeah, the second sentence form is the "Are you sure?" So this should fail and go disconnected, and I should be able to forget it. Seems like they should let you forget it. Like, and maybe it's because we're on the older version, but hopefully they put something in here where you can forget a request so it's not sitting there forever too, if it's not yours. Otherwise, you can still kind of spam controllers with adoption requests, which isn't as big of a deal as long as it doesn't actually crash the server, but still. Oh, here we go. So here I can forget it. Let's get rid of it. There's an error removing it because it's busy adopting, but it's not actually going to adopt. So I guess we have to wait for this to time out. It'll probably take a minute. It'll go disconnected, and then we can forget it. Got 40. I don't want that packet. Okay, so let's putty back into it. Let's probably close. Let's close this connection. Okay, that's done. Make sure we have a clean packet to start with here, because I'm not sure if that last one actually worked or not. Too many tabs open. I gotta get rid of this thing. We're doing layer 3 adoption here. Oh, cool. Stats got some example code for us to try with Scapy. So I'm ready to go with that as soon as we get some packets here that we want to actually mess with. And if this takes any longer, I'm going to just go on the database here and delete it. I'll show you guys a trick. So I can delete devices directly from MongoDB and make them go away. Back on this thing. Bye-bye. Ah, come on. It's stuck in there. Hey, Stefan. Joining from Twitter. Come on. Just can't get rid of it, man. Already gone out. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's still showing up. All right. Well, I think Stats is onto something here. Let's try this. I need to import already Pcap. Then I need to open this path. Drop the file in there. Pip3 install RDPcap. Collecting, could not find it. However, no. Stetson, what's this RDPcap thing? Oh, because I didn't do import star. That's probably why. That's got to be from. All right, RDPcap imports the pcap file, but what is RDPcap? How do I install it? I tried pip3 install RDPcap. It didn't work. Yeah, that's right. The controller doesn't really matter, I guess. I can. There, I should finally be able to forget it now. Damn, are you serious? Still can't forget this thing. All right, well, whatever. We're just gonna leave it in there. We're gonna send another form packet and dump it to pcap number 2. First, let me get my putty ready. All right, we're ready to set and form again. Set and form. UniFi.hostify.com:88/form. Monitoring your packets so far. Got 0, got 0, got 0. Got 7. Okay, got 9. Cool. Should be enough. Okay, so dump this to you guys. Shoot, I gotta reconnect and do the 2-factor again. Pcap number 2. Refresh here. All right. Here's the number 2 Pcap. And then I'm going to put that into the directory that the Python script is in. Actually, that Pcap might be old. Let me go to Pcap. Let me call it Pcap 3. Hold on. I think that's an old Pcap. Live and send some more adoption request packets. Still got 0? Let's try it again. Oh, there you go. Got 9. Oh, 12. Okay. I'm assuming that worked. That is now Pcap 3. Refresh here. Why wasn't that saved? Pcap 3, that Pcap. Maybe I need to reconnect to our server. There it is. Okay. All right, here's Pcap 3 for you guys in the Slack channel. Drag and drop it here. All right, so from scapy.all import star. Try that, and then I'll drop the Pcap in there. So from scapy.all import star. So then fix. Oh, I did fix my issue. Okay, cool. Thanks. That's all right. So now I need to put the Pcap file in the same folder here. So I'm gonna go to open or copy. It's called. I want to copy whatever the folder is that I'm in. Copy path, and then open a new folder thingy. Okay, cool. Drop the Pcap in there. It's called Pcap 3.pcap. Shoot, we need to convert from Pcap to cap, don't we? That's help. Packets.show packet equals packet.x. Let's just see what happens. Oh, cool. Well, it spits something out here. I mean, that's good. But you know what? This is not enough information. I think, do I need to turn the verbosity up, or maybe it's just showing the tops of the packets? Is it correct that Timothy's saying, is it correct that the controller returns a 404? Let me take a look at Wireshark. Let's see what you're seeing here. And keep in mind that I sent the adoption request like 3 times or something, so I had to saying 404. Does that mean? Hmm. All right, Stet says that just shows each packet. Use packet equals packet X to pull out the post packet into Scapy. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at that. The post is let's see, the post packet. The one we care about is this one, and that is packet number. Do we get a packet number, or like what? Let's see if this lines up with that. These must be the packet numbers. Yeah, so we want the, let's see how many are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the one we want. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can see that there are 12 here. Why is there not 13? Packet 5, you think? Okay, that's what I'm thinking too. Packet equals packet 5. And then now what do we do? Print packet. Oh, packets 5. Yeah, cool. He's like, I have no idea what we do now, but cool. I mean, we just printed out like the binary of that packet, I'm pretty sure. So now, like, this is the packet we want. Now let's turn it into some kind of structure that makes sense. Yeah, packet.show just shows the headers and stuff. Well, this is sweet. Like, I feel like we're making progress here. So we've got like the binary version of it, or the hex, or whatever you call it, into. He says I don't know what to do with the hex from here. Well, there should be some kind of function in Scapy where you convert this to like some kind of human readable format and then modify it and then put it back into this hex and then send it out. So let me write that down for you. Everybody watching, if you guys have time to hack along with us, this is what we need right now. So far we've been able to capture the inform request. We've pulled this specific packet out that is sending the post request to the UniFi controller, and now we have it in hex format. And so with this Scapy library, we need to convert hex formatted packet. to human readable of some sort or structure, some sort of Python structure, modify it, package it back up, hex, and then we also need to figure out how to send it. And then what we'll do once we figure all this out is we do for 1 in 1,000 or a million or whatever. Take this packet, modify packet to add MAC address, convert to hex, send it. Something like that. Yeah, this looks useful, but I don't know. Okay, so if this guy knows the following packet types are available. All we're trying to do is adopt, though. He's trying to reverse engineer everything. I only care about adopting it. He described the adoption process. Inform process here. It's binary packet. You can see that. This is tough. Kind of want to go back to whatever it was that I saw. Somebody had reverse engineered this enough where they were actually able to adopt quote unquote a pfSense to UniFi and then pull like the fans and stuff, like the temperature and CPU and memory out of it, and actually give those statistics to UniFi. So somebody's figured this out before. We just need to figure out. Okay, I think I found it. All right, check this out. That's no security gateway. I worked on emulating a UniFi security gateway from a pfSense router. So he was able to, that's exactly what we're trying to do, is like emulate, pretend to be a specific device. How did he do it? How did he do it? Let's see. Let's look at his code. Is there some code on the screen here? Sending inform packet. Response, blah, 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 inform status 200, headers, string, magic header, packet version, hardware address. How is this so easy, like in JSON or whatever? We need to talk to this guy. This guy knows. This guy knows what to do. Oh, how do you do this? Not sure, but he said he'll post it on GitHub when it's ready. Oh, God. Probably never got ready. Who was the original guy that did this, though? Giraffic Pool. Is this the guy that did it? This thread is archived. Based on my initial work, here it is. Here it is, protocol reverse engineering. Is this the same article we've been reading? No, it's a different article. All right, guys, check this out. I'm dropping all these links in the Slack. Okay, so this guy spent some time reverse engineering this 6 years ago. So this was long before the other reverse engineer notes, which were 10 months ago. So this might not be right. But actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't changed it much in the last 6 years. I know they changed the encryption part of it, but probably most of it's the same. All right, so with the inform, every 10 seconds, the AP sends an HTTP post containing its current status to the inform URL. Then controller will either respond with a no-op message or with a command message. Upon receiving a command message, an AP will execute a command and then send another inform immediately. For layer 3 adoption purposes, that's UniFi 8080 inform by default. It can be overridden by DHCP option 483. Vendor specific information code 1 IP address. Yeah, this is all sounds good. Let's see. Both requests. Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, so both requests AP to controller and the responses controller to AP share the same format. All numbers are network by order big endian. Compression is done before encryption. Default, the controller will not accept unencrypted packets. See, this is where we need to compare notes because I think the other article was saying how it's changed from zlib to something else. Also, this has changed since he wrote this. It's now something else. Version 1 payloads are JSON documents. Request might look like this. UniFi AP's request might look as follows. Field values have been changed, but in their capitalizations and links haven't. Ah, this is like what I would like to see. This format would be nice. Let's see. Oh, cool. He has Python stuff using padding, PyCrypto, and PyMongo. How to capture with a man-in-the-middle proxy. Listen on port 8080. So he's actually decoding the packets with the encryption key. So he like wrote a man in the middle for this. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so this is newer, so this guy's probably figured out some stuff from the other one. And this is the pfSense, but with the UniFi Gateway plugin. Jeez. Goal of this plugin is to simulate UniFi Gateway. Reverse engineer Python protocol, create a nice Python code. I guess he never did it. He did it though. He had proof of concept working, it seemed like. You will find the PoC directory, all the necessary to simulate EGW gateway. It's a proof of concept, so please wait for the final version if you don't know what to do. Cool, Python. All right, so Python UniFi Gateway.py start. Let's take a look at it. All I care about is this part right here. Set inform, this part. Sweet. For anybody that's still watching, we're getting closer here. And Rakesh is still watching. Rakesh said he managed to send out the inform packet, but it seems like UniFi is also using some kind of keys built into the firmware encrypting the data. So maybe it's compression. There's no way it could be encrypted. I mean, I guess it could be. I mean, there could be some kind of encryption key on the controller and the device. I don't know. Could there be? If there was, it'd be the same for every device and every controller, so it wouldn't be good anyways. But it would be another roadblock. I just don't think they're using encryption before the adoption process. And also from other stuff we read, the controller responds back with the instructions for encryption going forward, but the actual adoption request that pops up on the controller pending adoption, up until that point, until you click the adopt button, nothing is encrypted, I would think. But so I was hoping that would make it easier, but I have seen other people in some of these articles talking about compression. But take a look at this code, Rakesh. What the hell did Rakesh just send me? Oh boy. So this is importing UniFi from UniFi protocol import, create inform, encode inform, and decode inform. And then this is called send inform. So I mean, I think I just need to download all his scripts here. Let me just download all this, and then we can modify it to do what we want it to do, hopefully. All right, so I'm extracting this GitHub repo, and I'm going to open this up, this whole folder in Sublime. Which is my text editor. I don't know how he was able to get this from like the packets that we were looking at, but this makes a lot more sense. I think this is actually coming from the server to configure it. I don't know. Let's do open folder. So this is where he's configuring the device from the controller. I think so. Create inform, create partial inform, config. If not, config update boolean gateway is opted. I hate reading other people's code. Man, he's got a lot going on here. It's cool though. Pretty cool what he did. This is the MAC address. Interesting. Packet magic. So here's how he's making the packets. This stuff is over my head, but we're gonna have to learn it together. Let's see. is what I want to do. Send the inform request. I don't care about saving config. Any of this stuff. I guess let's leave it as it is. All right, so this part right here, send adoption request to the controller. That's what we want to do. -s controller URL. Okay, so this is a daemon protocol import broadcast create inform encode inform decode inform. Come on, Rakesh and Stets, I'm counting on you guys. You guys are the Python gurus. Yeah, it's tough. All right, Rakesh says you can send it like this from hex data. Oh, okay, so this is the hex data then? Data equals bytes dot from hex data. Okay, but this is not properly formatted. So you're saying I can open it up here and get the hex, and then we can just modify. Okay, wow, that's really simple. If we could just modify the hex data to change the MAC addresses, maybe that can work. So let me open up Python here. Let's do a new scratch. New scratch file, Python. Yes. Stats. I don't think the hex data is encrypted on the first request because the encryption key comes after it gets adopted. Rakesh said, yes, this could work. We just need to figure out how to modify the payload. I mean, if we can just, like, I'm sure we can write some kind of Python script to just change, like, the last four, whatever, of the hex to different characters and cycle through, like, a bunch of MAC addresses. And that would pretty much complete the proof of concept. So we would just need to have the hex data and then, like, modify it. It shouldn't be that hard, but yeah, this is so much simpler than trying to sort through all that code. I mean, that guy wrote some really cool code, but I don't want to have to sort through all that. At some point, when I'm not just throwing together a quick proof of concept, it would be fun to learn how he did that with the PF sense. It's pretty cool. Not that I'd ever do it, but it's just kind of fun. Same thing with like we've been reverse engineering UniFi Protect here in the other channel. If you guys want to check it out, hashtag UniFi-Protect-x86. I think it's really interesting, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to just run a cloud key at home for Protect because I don't want to have to fix it every time it updates. All right, so that said, here's a hex dump from the first packet capture you sent, but I don't know what the fuck to do with it. It has the TNBU start header. Oh, TNBU. Yeah, UBNT. Backwards. Indian. Big Indian, or what's it called? I don't know. I think it's called Big Indian where they do stuff backwards. Hmm. All right, is it the end of the message at the start? I don't even know how this stuff works. Okay, so we have the hex data from the packet capture, which is right here, right? No. Okay, wait, no, it was the Python program. There are the converted to hex for us. So if we look at this packet, it's in hex. This is the packet in hex that we want to send. But we don't want to send the whole packet. We just want to send the contents. Ay, ay, ay. This is not right, but I'm gonna do it anyways, see what happens. What are the headers? We don't need headers, do we? Oh, I guess he did use headers, right? Oh, here's the headers. You gotta put that first. There we go. Content type binary user agent air control agent version 1 via. Okay, via. Yeah, I guess it is via. Whatever. Hit play. From hex agent must be a string, not bytes. We could do that, I guess. And then we want to print r equals this, print r dot text. So we can get the response, and print r dot status code. Non-hex number found. Probably that. It's a puzzle. So it's sending binary data. If we can change the contents of the message. Oh, export is hex stream from Wireshark. Thanks, Rakesh. So if this is the hex stream that we're gonna do, right click. How do we export it? Hmm. Export the selected packets as hex. No. Oh, cool. Somebody found another Python script that does it as well. Oh, wait. I think I've definitely talked to this guy before. I think I've seen him in the Discord channel. I don't think we need to encode or decode because we're just doing the first part. That's a cool repo though. Rakesh, how do I export as hex stream from Wireshark? Let me look that up. Export a packet to hex stream Wireshark. File export packet dissections as plain text, then the dialog uncheck. Let's see here. Ah, here you go. Maybe this. Plain text. Best. Text. Let's open test.txt. Let's see what we can find out here. Nothing interesting. Where's the actual binary stuff? It seems like it's not including it. It says there's an HTTP request with binary, but then it doesn't actually show it. Ah, it's so annoying. Hmm. Oh, Rakesh is messaging me on live stream. Said right click on the packet, else it will export the whole capture. Yes, right click on the packet, but then what do I do? So this is the packet that we want. How do we export it? Oh, it's under copy. Oh, it's goofy. Oh, sweet, thanks. Duh. So now it's need to paste it into something. Can we go back to Sublime? Ah. All right, so here's the packet. Oh God. So does this include the packet headers? Like somehow we need to identify just the contents of the packet, and then somehow we have to find out where the MAC address starts and ends, and then just modify the hex bits for the MAC address. if I'm understanding correctly. Because I think this includes all the packet headers and all the stuff we don't want, plus the contents are in here somewhere. But let's just throw this into a string and see what happens. Too many dishes. There you go. What happens? Let's throw that whole glob of hex at it. Non-hexadecimal number. Okay, so these are line markers right here, I think. Right? Shoot. That didn't work. Back to the drawing board. I think relying on other people's code seems like an idea. Instead of trying to figure this out, because I don't know what I'm doing with that. Let's see if we can pull somebody else's Python script. That, I mean, it would be nice if we could write like a little two-liner here, like Rakesh was saying, but I just don't know how we're going to put the data back in there. But it would be sweet if we could just write like 2 lines and then for loop it once we get it working. It'll be so easy instead of trying to pick apart somebody's entire library. Just like throwing up words into Google. Dump raw packet to field only. It's kind of what we want to do. Yeah. Stuck. Scapy does all the hex stuff. Yeah, that's right. We need Scapy. Shoot, man. What are we gonna do? I was hoping this was gonna be easy. I thought it was gonna be a simple HTTP request and then we just loop it. I think I got some reading to do. All right. I have no clue on that, so I'm gonna go back to reading other people's code. Thanks, Stats. See you later, man. All right, so the most promising one I feel like is the guy who was able to get the gateway adopted. Clearly figured it out. Let's download his stack here. I already do that? I already did that. And I've already got it open. All right, so how did he do it? That's interesting. He's running a fake SSH server with the username and password of UBNT so that the controller can log in and do whatever it has to do to complete the adoption. So much more advanced than what we need to do. Like, we don't even care about any of this stuff. All we want to do is send the adoption request. We don't care if it gets adopted or anything. Okay, cool. So like Stetson was saying earlier, TNBU, this is the start of the packet, and then he starts packing stuff into it. Here's the MAC address. Let's figure out where everything is, everything that references packet code. So yeah, literally just these two. I feel like if we just change, okay, so inform. So what calls inform? Create complete inform. Let's look for the word adopts. Maybe the complete inform is different from like the original inform. Maybe this is like the original inform. Oh, here's send inform. This is probably the function we want to use, send inform. If not partial, what is partial? Let's start reading through this here. If not partial, partial equals false. So if partial equals false, do this, create complete inform, else MAC2A. What is MAC2A? IP2A. Okay, so this is creating a MAC address, this is creating an IP address. 3 response equals that. If response. It seems to me like I should be able to just run this and pull those functions, send a request. Let's try it. How do I install the dependencies too? So that's again print statements. Here, 2. Just do it 3. So Python 3. So pip 3 dash R requirements auth in the subfolder. That's how you do it. What's the command? Forgot the command for that. Yeah, oh, pip3 dash pip3 install dash R. Okay, cool. So Python's installing all the dependencies. Most of them we don't even need. Got a good feeling about this. I feel like it could be any minute now. We're gonna get this. Let's check on that. Should be done. Nope, still going. So many dependencies. I feel like we're gonna be able to get it once we get these dependencies, and then all I should have to do is send that inform request, and then once we get it working, we can just do a slight modification to change the MAC address each time. So this is what I want to use here. What's the key though? Shoot, what's that? For all references to the send inform command. So send create inform. Send create inform. Seems like he's doing it differently here. Oh no, create inform send. So create inform is coming from here. How is it different from create complete inform? How is it different from create? From UniFi protocol. Okay, cool. So if it's not adopted, then do create partial inform. Otherwise, do create complete inform. Okay, so this is the one we want. Is we want to do a partial inform because it's not adopted yet. It seems like it's just a JSON request with the MAC IP model display and version. Versus the create complete inform is I think it's under construction still. But it would be like a long that would be a long update about everything that's going on with the device. So, for example, he would want to modify this such that the pfSense is setting its temperature or whatever every 10 seconds. And whatever else you want to pull out of the pfSense router, you could kind of inject it into these values here to give data from pfSense up to UniFi. So it's pretty cool. I mean, just imagine if UniFi actually opened this up where you could add third-party devices like that, and you could pull data off of them, and I don't know. I guess it would become like a monitoring system like Aavik or something where you could have all these different vendors and you're pulling data from all these devices. But yeah, that would be kind of a nightmare to support too. So obviously that's why they don't do it. Okay, so this is all we care about though. So all we have to do, according to this, is dump JSON into this. This is super easy. It just seems too easy. So what's all the hexadecimal and bytes, and so we still have to create the packet and then like encode this JSON stuff into bytes, I guess. Okay, so this is all it is though. And then when you create the inform, that's when they add all the stupid crap. Pack this, pack that, payload version. Where's the actual payload? Oh, plus equals payload. So let's track down create partial inform because let's look for all references to that. Create partial. That's what we're interested in. Shoot, it's the only references to it is in this document. Partial inform. Define create partial inform. Let's see, we're getting close here. See my dependencies finish installing. Think so. Look for the word partial in here. Nothing referencing partial. I guess going back to the protocol though, it says create inform and then it decides whether or not if it should be partial or complete based on whether it's adopted or not. Where's the inform protocol? Is this not it? What the heck? So partial should be true. I don't know what it wants for a key though. What's the key? Else value equals dump this stuff, then response equals inform. If response JSON loads response print receive %s if response type equals set param. Yeah, it's tough. So this is him creating the partial inform instead of using his function. Response equals inform. Okay, so this is him actually doing the inform. And then reading the response, which I do not care what the response is. I just want to send the inform, so I literally don't care about any of this. If response, blah, 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 response equals JSON loads. Okay, so let's look at the inform function. The inform function takes a URL, a key, and JSON. So what is he sending to it? Form. When he's doing it here, oh shit, where bottom, where is it? When he's saying response equals inform, he's handing it the URL to the server, A2B hex key. What is key? A2B hex key. And then value. Value is this. Okay, so this is the JSON. These are the three parts we need. We need this, which we can then cycle through and modify the MAC addresses. A2B hex key. What is that? Is key mentioned in here? Oh, key was supplied to the send inform. So who's giving the key? So it's send inform. Oh, okay. This is only if it's not a partial. So key can be anything because we're just sending an adoption request. I don't think there is any encryption going on yet. And let's go look at the inform command or the inform function. So there is no key needed, I think. So let's look at where it. Let's see. Inform is to be space inform. There you go. So when it takes the key argument here, it's going to then encode the packet with the key and the JSON. So when you go to packet encode, does packet encode need the key or can it do it without the key? Packet encode, where's the key at? Oh, okay, so that's where it starts doing encryption. Why is it doing encryption on a partial inform? So that's going to fail because it won't have the key. And if we give it something garbage, it's going to encrypt it with something garbage. See if anyone's got any ideas in the chat here. All right, Timothy Yesibis is hot on the trail with me here with looking at the send inform function. Something to do with the partial inform that he's made. Oh, here's the configuration too. We can change this. Oh, he's giving it this key here. Is this a default key? Oh, let's see. HC. It looks like something he made up. I don't know. Maybe the key is supplied by the access point. I don't see anything online about that. Maybe the key is supplied by the access point. That would make sense. So packet encode key. Does it give the key with it here? How does the server know the key though? I'm confused about the key thing. So I feel like you don't need the key for a partial inform. Okay, so if not config.get boolean gateway is adopted, that's right here. Gateway is adopted, no. Else complete, this is where it makes sense here. So return partial inform. under UniFi protocol. Shoot. Stats, we can't get root on the APs. I don't, not that I know of. I mean, you have to run an exploit. By default, you don't get root on the APs. But stats, I'm really close to figuring it out because this guy, I'm really digging deep into this code where this guy was able to adopt a pfSense router into UniFi, and he's already figured out for us. Like, he's definitely sent adoption requests. I'm digging through the code here. But yeah, you can see, let me show you something cool here. Shoot, is this all it is? From inform, import send inform. So check out send inform, this command or this function inside this. Basically, this is the JSON that includes the MAC address, the IP address, the model of the device. This is called a partial inform. So this is the information when they send the adoption request. And then the response is this. So the actual sending of the information. The only thing I don't know is the key, but this is the function that actually sends the request. So the inform function takes that JSON, which had the model, the MAC address, the IP address, and then it adds some headers, and then it encodes the data with this key, which I don't understand why or how, and then it sends the request, and then it prints the response. So that's literally it. It's just a few lines of code. But the only thing I don't understand is the key part of it. So that's got a bin walk extract to the latest firmware. I don't know. I don't know about that. That could be a rabbit hole. Not malware.exe. It's great. All right, well, I feel like I just need to start running some Python code and debugging it. So let's just try to run his proof of concept. What's it? Not inform, partial is what I'm looking for. If not partial, blah, blah, POC inform. All right, let's go to POC inform. POC inform, this is it. So what was the simple thing? Send inform or adopt.shell .py. Adopt.sh.py doesn't make sense. Send inform argument one, argument two from import send inform. So argument one is URL, argument two is key. Let's just try it. Let's just try it with some random key. CD UniFi master blah blah. Oops. Python 3 adopt.sh. Where am I? And then argument one is the URL. So what does it mean by URL? All right, so argument one, argument two. Wait, these are sysarg. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and then I don't know. Let's just try one and two and see what happens. Missing parentheses and call to print. What? Oh, it's because I did Python 2. Set 3. Oh, wait, no, is this a Python 3 or 2? What is this? Yeah, let's just try Python. Okay, let's go back. Pip dash pip install dash r requirements.txt. No, requirements.txt. Okay, so I'm gonna install all the requirements in Python 2. Dude, we're so close because this guy's already done it. We just gotta figure out how he did it. Jordan, I saw what you wrote, but first of all, we're on layer 3 network, so I'm not sure if that applies. And second of all, I don't really care what the controller does after we send the adoption request. I just want to spam adoption request at the controller, and I don't care what it does like after that. And I don't think we need anything to do with encryption because the devices aren't adopted yet. Rakesh is back. It seems the AP uses a shared key before adoption. Yes. That's what I was thinking too. So where's that shared key at? I think is this it? It's in the config file right here, right? I guess by default they all have this shared key called OERUCH. There's probably some secret like ubiquity meaning to that. It probably has some secret meaning. But I'm gonna try that. So right now I'm installing the dependencies. Okay. I installed them already. Let's see, close this up. Installing dependencies for Python 2, and then I'm going to run this. Oh crap, it's all screwed up. Oh, it's still installing dependencies for Python 2. Once it gets done with that, though, I'm going to run this adopt.shell.py file right here. And argument 1 is the URL, argument 2 is the key. So argument 2 is going to be that key right here. Copy that. Argument 1 is going to be my controller URL, and I'm not sure if it needs HTTP or not, but we're going to find out. Because if you look at the send-inform function inside of the inform library or whatever you call it, you can see it takes URL then key, and partial is false. I think partial should be true though, because we do want to send a partial. So if not partial, what does that mean? If partial is not true. Wait a minute. We wanted to hit this function, so I guess I'll just remove that whole thing. Else, and then we'll back up else. Yeah, we'll just back that up. Okay, so we'll just change this because I don't know what he's talking about there. We'll just leave partial in there, case reference later. And I don't really care what the response is, but I guess I can leave it in there. Yeah, I really don't care what the response is, but okay, so we're almost there. So I'm waiting for dependencies to finish. Dependencies are finished. So now I'm going to do Python adopt.shell. I'm excited for this. Come on, adopt.py.shell. Where is it? Adopt.shell.py. I'm in the wrong folder. Yeah, I gotta get in PoC folder. There it is. All right, and then the URL to my server, which is unifi.hostfi.com. It needs whatever it needs, but fine. Okay, no module name psutil. Come on, so lame. God. I don't even need this stuff. All right, no module. Look that one up. Python 2. Like I'm getting close here. Oh, Rakesh found the default magical adopt key. Where did you find that, Rakesh? Is it in the script here? Yeah, Pi Crypto, I found that. Okay. All right, let's try this again, but I'm going to use Rakesh's magic at OptP here. Boom. A module named Crypto. What the fuck? I already installed it. Try capital P. No, capital P and capital C says Timothy. What is this crap? Probably something related to Windows. I probably should be doing this on Linux. Maybe I will open up my Linux server and start doing it on Linux. I don't want to switch all my environment though. I hate it when stuff doesn't work on Windows. All right, PyCrypto. How do I install PyCrypto on Windows? Maybe it's a binary. Yeah, there's binaries available for Windows. Okay, let's try it now. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Oh shit. Still more crypto errors though. Let me try installing 2.7 PyCrypto. Oh man, I should just do this on Linux. Why am I doing this on Windows? Man. All right, I gotta get on. I gotta get on Linux. Sucks. Gotta go through this whole process. Downloading the GitHub repo, installing dependencies, do all that stuff all over again. What's the name of that repo? No, that's not the one. Thank you. Let's try to find that link. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pull that up. It's called UniFi Gateway by Stefan Laskar. Pull it up in my Linux server here. Come on. Are you kidding me? Kidding me? All right. If you know where to reach this guy, tell him to get on our live stream and help us finish this. right, let's see. UniFi, gateway. All right, so I'm going to download everything. Extract to desktop or whatever. Perfect. And now I got to open up terminal. Not terminus, terminal. CD into documents. CD into there. Python install -r requirements. Hopefully the stuff doesn't get screwed up this time. Come on, Python. Version are you? Python not found. Ah, that Python 2 installed. Oh man, come on. Oops. Oh, maybe that's why. All right, installing Python 2. All right, Rakesh. Yeah, Rakesh, my man. That will conclude our live stream. Rakesh has done it. Rakesh is the winner of the challenge, and he has just spammed the server with 2,000 APs. Is this my server? I hope this is my server. Oh, it's not my server. Rakesh, are you spamming a new server? Are you spamming your own server? Hopefully, are you on 5? Is that on 5.13.32? I hope this is not. Oh god, don't tell me this is on the latest version. I thought this was supposed to be patched. That better be on 5.13.32. I'm be mad. Version controller. Whew. Thank God. I thought he I thought he figured out how to do it on the latest version, which should not be good. Dude, that's awesome. Rakesh has done it. I knew you guys would you would be able to figure it out before me. I feel like what's it called? Like it's a riddle, and Rakesh has solved it, but I don't want to know the answer because then I still want to solve it on my own. Like I want to solve this puzzle without someone telling me the answer, you know? Oh, man, that's so awesome though to see that we got it working because I mean, as far as I know, nobody has done this other than whoever founded Ubiquity or whoever submitted it. Or maybe it was never a proof of concept. Maybe they just thought, hey, that's probably a good idea that we limit this or whatever. So it's always fun. Okay, so what I've done is I've installed all the requirements for all this Python crap that this other guy wrote, which I shouldn't call it crap because it's pretty amazing. And now what I'm going to do is cd into PoC. I'm going to do Python adopt the URL to my server, postpi.com, and then the generic key that, I don't know. Rakesh, how did you find that key? How did you find that generic key or whatever? I didn't see. Is that in these files somewhere? Zero matches. It's not in this library. How'd you find that? All right, back to my Pop OS. Paste in my key. Ah, shoot. I gotta type it out manually. That sucks. It was in the repo that Jordan shared. That's crazy. That's so crazy. So they have like a default key that they all use until they've been adopted, and then they change their key. So BA86F2BBE107. C7, C57, EV5F 2690775C712. Ah, great. And now I'm getting a new error, so I need to do pip install psutil. Pip not found. Oh my god, now I gotta install fucking pip. It's so awesome that Rakesh got it already. So cool. I don't even know if that worked, but okay, whatever. Let's try and do the adoption request again. Damn, it didn't fucking work. Pip install psutil. Come on. What the hell? What is this? Terminated. I don't even know why I need that. Maybe I'll just remove it. Rakesh tried it with a different key, and so he said it didn't work. So literally, that key is on all access points by default until they get adopted. It's always fun. I mean, that's not a big deal. It's just interesting. It's not a big deal because the key gets changed. I mean, we should verify that actually gets changed. I'm sure it does, but yeah, it's not a security issue. It's just interesting. Okay, so I can't install psutil, so I'm gonna try and just remove it. I don't even know. Oh, it's so frustrating. We could try it. Let's see. Already up to date. Why is this stupid thing failing? Oh, interesting. Timothy noticed that the OERUCHOREUCH is the decrypted version of the key, which we saw that referenced in this GitHub repo here as the key right here. So this guy knew that, and then he was using that same key, obviously. James figured it out too. Oh man, everyone figured it out but me. All right, cool. This is awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Go, James, go. Crash it. Two more. I want to see it crash. I mean, I think it's actually good that I didn't trip across, like I didn't actually solve it because if you guys just keep the code to yourself, we'll talk about it in private after this. I kind of wanted to do this as a proof of concept anyways, and you know, if we don't share the code, it's even better. It's just for fun. But take a look at this, guys. This is awesome. This is great. Oh, why'd they all go away? Do I need refresh? Huh, it's weird. They all went away. Maybe you have to keep sending them over and over. Oh no, it's probably Rakesh then. James didn't trigger it, he said. It's probably Rakesh. But current site error. I want to see if Rakesh is listening. I want to see if you crash the server. That was awesome. So cool. Oh, thanks. Somebody said PS Util is Windows only. Oh, that's Rakesh said that. All right, Rakesh is gonna try and crash the server now. This is awesome. So yeah, the purpose of this live stream is basically to show you why you should update your not your HostFi, update your UniFi controller regularly when new security releases come out. You always want to be reading the release notes, keeping up to date, so that this doesn't happen to your server. This is great. So we got 78 devices. Throw some threads on it, Rakesh. I want to see a million devices connected. Blow this server up. All right, we're up to 100. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Hey, about 150. Put some threads on that thing. But so yeah, so one of the reasons I want to make this is just to show, you know, obviously it's important to stay up on your security, your updates. You know, obviously most people know that in IT, but sometimes people are like, oh, well, you know, it's working, so why would I update it? This is why you update it when it's working. Even if you don't want the new features, you need the security fixes. And it's important to always be reading the new release notes and being monitoring all the things you have on the internet, like the software, to see if there's new security problems that you need to patch. And so obviously this for where my plug is at HostFi, we manage the UniFi controller updates for you. That way you don't have to worry about it. We're always monitoring for security updates and just updates in general and testing them to make sure that your server doesn't crash from a bad update and it doesn't get denial of service attacks like this. Come on, Rakesh, that all you got? 455? Come on, man. Let's get 10,000 adoption requests. Let's go. But you know, the other reason why I did this is just because security is an interest of mine. So I enjoy doing this type of thing. It's very challenging, and you also learn a lot about how things work in the process of trying to break them. So, for example, today we had to touch on, you know, Wireshark, looking at packets and binary, and you have to really think about, you know, how they put this together, how you could intercept it, and it's like you know, some people like crosswords. I like to take apart things and figure out how they work and try and break them with computer code. So it's just a puzzle. And also, I think for other people watching that are not familiar with how to do this, or they're interested but they don't know where to get started, you know, doing this type of stuff is a really fun way to learn. And then for me, like learning how to program, the first program I ever wrote was something similar to this. It was a brute forcer where it would cycle through usernames and passwords and try them against a game server. And so, you know, it's just for fun, but you know, that's how I learned programming. And then, you know, if I hadn't learned programming, I wouldn't be able to start my own software business. And So yeah, hopefully someone watching found this interesting, and maybe they're going to start getting into security or programming, and because of it, So I think that's a great thing. So Rakesh, keep going, man. 1,400 devices connected. Let's see this thing crash. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up HTOP on this so we can all watch it burn. Apt-get install htop-y. HTOP, for you guys that don't know, is a cool Linux utility that will show us the CPU and memory usage. And this is just a small server. It's got 1 gig of RAM. I don't know if you can actually crash it. I mean, you have to do a lot of requests. I'm sure you could crash it, but it looks like it's hardly affecting it right now. It's cruising along at, a low amount of CPU and half of its RAM. The swap memory is where the memory overflows into a file on the operating system if the memory gets too full. So that's not an issue right now. But obviously, if you logged into your dashboard right now and you saw this, that's it's not cool. But I do want to see if he can get 100,000 devices to connect and actually crash this server. I think it'd be pretty cool. So let's see what this says to the dashboard. I'm not sure if it's just my web browser or if it's actually slowing down the server, because I'm actually trying to click to different menus and nothing's happening. So I mean, it doesn't seem like the resources are overwhelmed, but let me refresh the page. I'm not able to click around. I mean, I might be able to call it to the successful denial of service attack. It seems like I can't change pages. I don't know though if it's just my browser or what, because I am live streaming and everything. But let's compare that to my other server here. It loads very fast. I would say this is not normal. This is starting to crash the server. Error. The error site. Pending adoption. Okay. Oh, it says managed by other. I don't know what happened, but I think some of these devices are not probably. We probably would have to perfect this attack so that they keep checking in. I don't know, but okay, we're up to 4,000 devices, and I'm having a hard time switching between pages. Let's take a look at the network requests here. Yeah, I'd say we're crashed. I mean, the controller, it's weird because, okay, there we go. It took a while for HTOP to, I think. Yeah, we are crashed right now. So Rakesh got us up to about 4,000 devices. CPU is slammed at 100%, RAM slammed. I'm not able to really use my controller now. And, what's kind of interesting about this particular attack is that it doesn't require any username, password authentication, and it can be done remotely. So this is a pretty high CVE, I guess. I mean, it's not really, because it's not like a full takeover, so it's just a denial of service attack. It's not that big a deal. But the fact that it can be done remotely and can disrupt the service to the network controller, which would prevent someone from making changes to their network or adding devices, definitely bad. So yeah, we'll have to take this offline, I guess. I would call this success. And the next things that we'll do is I think I'll talk to Rakesh in private and get the code for this thing, because I want to test it to see how did they mitigate this attack. Did they just limit it to a certain number of devices? If they did, what did they limit it to? Say they limit it to 100 devices that you can adopt at a time. Something as simple as that would probably fix this. But then you can't adopt more than 100 devices at a time. I don't know. That might be a problem for some people. So maybe they set it to 1,000. I don't know. But yeah, I want to definitely test this and then see if we can tweak it in any way to get around the mitigation that they've put in place for this attack. So, but yeah, it's been fun. Thanks everybody who watched and helped. And yeah, we should do another one sometime. But yeah, that was just one I've been thinking about for a while that would be cool to see happen. Cool. So we got it up to 5,000 devices. I think, let's see how much memory we're using now. It's still, yeah, it's pretty tapped. It's dropping. I don't know if he stopped doing his hack yet, but oh, he said he stopped the script. Could you run the script on several hosts? Probably not sending it fast enough. Timothy, I'm using Termius as my SSH client. It's awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We just, pretty much accomplished why I started the stream this morning. That's one of the fun things about streaming is you get like the community to help you. And so Rakesh and Stats and everybody that helped sharing information got us there a lot faster than if I was doing it by myself. It'd probably take me a lot longer. So, I mean, I never even figured out, Rakesh figured it out, but it's pretty awesome. Anyways, peace out, guys.